Hey gang, this is Vicky Kelly with Golden Rule Trades, and I wanted to show you the setups for today. We did not trade because of the low volume for the holiday, and the system just does better when we stay away from that, and your system will probably do better when you stay away from that too. But just in case you didn't, there was a pre-market setup that happened, and it did end up fulfilling itself after the market opened. Here was market open, and even if you took this particular candle here as the breakout, you still, when it came back here, could have gotten these points here. On my personal account, I did trade some of this, but it was a wild ride. I mean, these are all these wicks and everything. Good reason why we didn't trade today. Also, if you do insist on trading, you need to downsize, you need to widen your stops because, I mean, these are 6 point energy lines, and even a normal pullback will stop you out if you only have a 5 point stop. And these, again, very wicky, so very likely to get stopped out through here. The other thing is, if you do insist on trading on days like this, you should do one good trade and you are done. Because here you could have captured those points, and that's over 10 points right there. On this one, depending on where you drew your lines, you either couldn't get in or you'd have just given it back if that was the case. Let me show you here. This one, if you drew your lines here, got into the target area before you were able to get a confirmation. If you drew it down to here, you would have gotten stopped out. My guess is the real line was right there with that wick spiking, as you can see, came down here. Still did not get into our target zone though, and then turn around and went up. If you did stick with it long enough to get in on this, again, it was also very choppy, very difficult to trade, and you would have almost certainly gotten stopped out here. Those were over 10 point energy lines, 11 point energy lines. So if you got in here, you probably would have gotten a stopped out here, might have re-entered for a little bit, and then it did make it up to the target area. So again, it wasn't impossible to trade. It was just very likely that you either did really well if you stopped after your first trade, or you did really terrible if you kept taking stop outs because it was too volatile and all these wicks were just tagging everybody's stops. So but the system again works. It's just a matter of what your trading plan looks like with the system. And when it gets like this, you have to downsize, use further out stops, or like I said, take one good trade, go home and enjoy your family. So I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving weekend and enjoy being with everybody, good food. And I am sending out a newsletter today that has a couple of my favorite charities to show your gratitude to. If you don't have one where you love their values and trust that they'll handle your donation properly, I gave you a couple suggestions. They do not give me anything. They're just a couple that I appreciate what their vision and their mission is. And I hope you will share some of the graciousness that you've received in your life with someone else this weekend. So, and anybody who is interested in the Black Friday sale is still going on. And I've made the promise that anybody who signs up between now and Thursday, which is Thanksgiving Day at midnight Eastern time, I will donate $10 per person to the charities that I mentioned in that email. So I hope you'll take me up on that. It's a great time to do it. This is going to be the best price of the year, and do not underestimate the power that this can have for you. So stay safe out there. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you who celebrate, and good luck trading.